Is Elite Dangerous Odyssey for sweaty neckbeards? This is the Elite Dangerous Odyssey review. On a scale of 1 to having to be the sweatiest neckbeard in the history of gaming, how grindy is Elite Dangerous Odyssey gameplay? First off, let me say that in Elite Dangerous Odyssey, you can do whatever you basically want when you want to do it. There is no in-game quest mechanic forcing you to do anything. You as a commander are free to create your own gameplay loops whenever and however you want. Yes, it does sound great on paper, doesn't it? However, don't let that fool you. All gameplay in Elite Dangerous Odyssey follows the principle that grind is gameplay. Here, let me explain. Let's say you enjoy Community and you wish to play in Open. You have no engineering completed and your neckbeard, well, it's not even grown yet, much less sweaty. You can't afford better ships yet, and you certainly haven't spent the time unlocking engineers or doing any Guardian content. Basically, you are a flying meatbag waiting to get ganked as you stand little to no chance escaping actual neckbeards who have grinded out that content. The neckbeard ganking ships are godly compared to yours. Yours is most definitely not. Well, until you grow your neckbeard, my young commander. Since we are talking about engineering, let me tell you that the grind never ends. Even after you have unlocked all engineers, your inner neckbeard craves newer, bigger, and better ships to engineer. The next thing you know, you haven't seen daylight in months just so you can keep engineering the same types of ships to do different tasks. You know, because you bought 3 pythons or whatever. So can I go explore the cosmos without having to be a neckbeard? Well, sort of yes. That is perhaps the only non-forced neckbeard type of grind that isn't required. However, because you knew that was coming, to explore better, you need to complete some engineering for longer FSD jump ranges, as well as lightweight engineering on most everything else module-wise. No, you do not need to do this until you get about halfway to Sagittarius A or Beagle Point, realizing that if you had only neckbearded just a little bit, you would be making hundreds of fewer jumps to reach your goal on this trip of exploration. Do you like the idea of fighting aliens or even the thought of a first contact situation in a space simulator like Elite Dangerous Odyssey? Well, if you do, you better get your neckbeard on farming up boat tons of mats in order to complete the Guardian grind. Because if you think you're going to really put the hurt on some aliens like the Thargoids with regular human-made weapons, well then your non-existent neckbeard is lying to you. Here's a good one. Can I make money in Elite Dangerous Odyssey without having to be a sweaty neckbeard? The short answer is no, of course it is. But also yes, after you get some neckbeard time under your chin. First you need to understand that making money is part of the grind. I mean, gameplay. Well, until you get to the point that your neckbeard time starts to pay for itself. Yes, you can AFK farm money in Elite Dangerous Odyssey only if you completed a decent money grind to buy the right ship. Then the sweaty neckbeard time to engineer the ship to stay alive while you work or sleep. I will include the link in the description to the AFK method, because you know, every neckbeard does need a break every now and then to clean the sweat out of their beard. Think about it for a second. This only covers the space side of things in Elite Dangerous Odyssey gameplay. Sounds like it's tailored to being a sweaty neckbeard experience, am I right? Well, you haven't heard anything yet. So far, the Elite Dangerous Odyssey update has been out for what, like 17 months at this point? I will go out on a limb and say nearly all the gameplay for On Foot revolves around a single gameplay mechanic. Well, unless you want to talk about discovering plant life or doing drop zones. We'll talk about that in just a bit. Let me stress this to you fully. The entire On Foot gameplay revolves around upgrading your suits and weapons through engineering. Yep, that's basically it. All of those settlements on all of those worlds in the Milky Way have a single purpose: to help you fulfill your space Robin Hood addiction as you steal and kill your way to collect mats. Remember I said suits, right? Because you're not just going to have 3 to cover each different suit type. Oh no! You're going to engineer multiple of the same suits to do different tasks, just like you did with your ship engineering. The same thing applies to weapons, but even more so. You're going to engineer tons of weapons, just like the sweatiest of all possible neckbeards, because really, there isn't much else to do on foot. Well, you know, besides investigating new plant life, which basically means find a patch of plants, run a little ways away to find another set of similar plant life with genetic diversity, rinse and repeat. Wait, That kinda sounds like a Neckbeard grind to me. Well, it is, without all the gratification of making any real money, or being wowed by making a first-time discovery of some new life. It's like the scientists don't even give a space crap and hate their jobs or something. Last but not least, there are combat drop zones and systems at war for on-foot gameplay in Elite Dangerous Odyssey. This is also a yes and a no. Does your inner Neckbeard demand you to do the most damage possible, as well as being the beefiest tank in the history of Neckbeards? Well then, it's time to get grinding so you can feel like a god among non-Neckbeards. In conclusion, Commanders, Elite Dangerous is perhaps one of the grindiest games I have ever played, including the grind required to progress in MMOs. Elite Dangerous is also one of my most favorite games I have ever played. Elite held the #1 position for years before the Odyssey update landed, and everything basically went to hell in a handbasket, which is really unfortunate. Oh yes, Elite Dangerous Odyssey as a game is a literal grind that by design never really ends. Even if you think you have free will to do whatever you want, most of your gameplay will involve a Neckbeard grind of some sort. That is not for everyone, I can assure you, but for some they attain the title of the sweatiest Neckbeard in the galaxy. For them, the grind or gameplay is fun. It better be, because the grind to become a sweaty space Neckbeard is basically the only gameplay Elite Dangerous Odyssey offers right now. Now don't jump to conclusions thinking I'm hating on Elite Dangerous, and I like sweaty Neckbeards. I'm not, for I am a very, very sweaty Neckbeard. I enjoy games that have a huge grind as long as there is a light at the end of the tunnel. For me though, that light at this point is going to be meaningful on-foot interactions pew-pew with Thargoids, or basically any kind of new content. Whether it has a grind to it or not, chances are, it's Elite Dangerous Odyssey, it's gonna have some type of grind, but yeah, I'm ready. As I'm sure a lot of my other fellow sweaty Neckbeards who have been waiting around for over a year and a half, they are probably also ready too, for, meaningful pew-pew combat on foot with Thargoids. I mean, even the new players to Elite Dangerous Odyssey are going to totally and completely enjoy being the little bitty meat shields for the Neckbeards. Yeah, we're gonna send them in first, they're gonna clear out the area, well, mostly probably get bucked down, but then we'll finish the job because we are the sweatiest of all possible Neckbeards in Elite Dangerous Odyssey. Is the grind really enough to keep you interested in playing Elite Dangerous Odyssey? For most new players, the answer will be yes, as Elite is still an absolutely amazing, beautiful space simulator. For those who are the sweatiest of Neckbeards, is there anything left for you to do? I would love to hear your comments down below. Don't forget to like this video, it really does help with the algorithm. And if you could, share it to your friends, because that also helps. And most definitely, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for future Elite Dangerous Odyssey content. Yes, I'm going to go on a binge here in just a little bit. And seriously, all my love to my Patreon and YouTube channel supporters. You make this job possible. I love each and every one of you. Peace.